Wikileaks founder Julian Assange to finally leave London. Jerome Corsi reports on a series of unexpected developments which may allow Assange to leave the Ecuadorian embassy in London without fear of arrest. On Tuesday, WikiLeaks posted a tweet announcing the U.S. government had ended its 8-year-long grand jury proceedings against WikiLeaks. The tweet referenced a State Department press conference held January 2, 2018, in which the State Department spokesperson made a strong statement regarding freedom of speech that was couched in a reference to Iran.
We support a freedom of the press here in the United States. We support the right of voices to be heard. And when a nation clamps down on social media or websites or Google or news sites, we ask the question, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? We support the Iranian people and we support their voices being heard.
The WikiLeaks tweet suggests the State Department's reference to freedom of speech in Iran was a coded communication intended to extend the umbrella of free speech and press rights to WikiLeaks. It is not clear that Assange has violated national security laws, even if it can be shown he published U.S. national security classified documents. Even President Trump's attorney has argued for Julian Assange's First Amendment right to publish. In December 2017, in the case Roy Cockrum versus Donald J. Trump for president, Trump's attorneys argued that Julian Assange had a right under the First Amendment to publish the DNC and John Podesta emails, even if the emails were stolen. The Trump campaign, and by inference Julian Assange at WikiLeaks, could not be held liable under the First Amendment for a disclosure of stolen information if the information published involves a matter of public interest and the speaker was not involved in the theft. In May 2017, the government in Sweden dropped the rape case against Julian Assange, for which he has maintained his innocence.
Today is an important victory for me and for the UN human rights system. But it by no means erases 7 years of detention without charge.
This ends the 4-year-long attempt by the Swedish government to arrest Assange via a European arrest warrant. In December 2017, cited a UK tribunal that declared WikiLeaks to be a media organization and a free speech advocate. These are designations that could carry a legal importance in placing Assange under free speech protections, both in the UK and in the United States. Will President Trump pardon Assange? Now, followers of QAnon understand that QAnon has forecast several important developments in code. And on Christmas Day, QAnon posted another cryptic message on the internet bulletin board 8chan. Now, Infowars.com has posted on Scribe.com a decoding of this cryptic QAnon Christmas Day post. You can read that breakdown in its entirety at this article up at Infowars.com. It's titled, "Trump Clears Path for Assange to Leave London." It's a really interesting breakdown of this cryptic code from QAnon. Very interesting here. And on New Year's Eve, Julian Assange posted to Twitter a cryptic string of numbers that appear to be a dead man's switch, linking possibly to a new cache of WikiLeaks documents Assange's associates would post should Assange be arrested.
Clinton under federal investigation over possible pay-to-play politics during her time as Secretary of State. This as Republican senators refer the author of the so-called Trump dossier for criminal investigation. And tonight we're learning there was more than one White House official asking Attorney General Jeff Sessions to stay on the Russia case and not to recuse himself as he did. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Harrods is following all of these developments, joins us with the latest. Good evening, Catherine.
Well, thank you, Brett. In a series of phone calls, more than one White House official lobbied the Attorney General, discouraging his recusal from the Russia case. Sources familiar with the discussion said White House counsel Don McGahn, former Press Secretary Sean Spicer, and former Chief of Staff Reince Priebus all spoke with Sessions as pressure mounted on the Attorney General after his meeting with the Russian ambassador came to light. Contacted by Fox, Spicer denied it, and we are in the process of reaching out to Priebus for comment. A separate source said the president was deeply frustrated with Sessions because while under consideration for Attorney General, Sessions gave no indication he would recuse himself. Lawmakers have pressed the Attorney General on the issues.
Has the president ever expressed his frustration to you regarding your decision to recuse yourself?
Senator Heinrich, I'm not able to share with this committee, private communications.
Because you're invoking executive privilege.
I'm not able to invoke executive privilege. That's the president's prerogative.
In a separate development today, senior Senate Republicans Chuck Grassley and Lindsey Graham referred the former British spy Christopher Steele, who compiled the Trump dossier, to the Justice Department for criminal prosecution. The senators accused Steele of lying about the dossier's distribution, which included American reporters. A senior Senate Democrat said the referral is deeply partisan. Brett.
Catherine, you first reported last January the Clinton Foundation was under investigation, and now we are hearing from U.S. officials that those pay-to-play allegations are getting a second look.
Well, that's right. A source tells Fox News the Justice Department is investigating allegations the Clinton Foundation used pay-to-play tactics when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. We're told this investigation is led by the U.S. Attorney's Office and the FBI in Little Rock, Arkansas, and they are considering whether the foundation violated tax law. We also understand multiple witnesses have been interviewed. The White House press secretary told Fox today the investigation is justified.
There's certainly been a lot of information out there that I think gives all of us cause for concern, and I think it's important that they're finally taking a look at it.
A Clinton spokesman responded, time after time the Clinton Foundation has been subjected to politically motivated allegations, and time after time these allegations have been proven false. None of this has made us waver in our mission to help people. Brett.
And just to be clear, this is separate from what we understand to be another look at the email investigation.
That's correct.
Okay, Catherine, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.